So you want to bring some love back to the city, or do you want to mention some Hall of Fame?
I think we can. I think we can cover both. I think we have enough time. I think there have been enough hot takes and enough think pieces about Villanova to talk about them and real quick. But let's get to that briefly, and then we can talk about some Hall of Fame.
Shout out to Jay Wright, Brad Stevens 2.0.
Love Jay Wright, man.
Man, man, Ryan McDonough trying to swindle that man, but he ain't leaving Villanova. Sorry, Phoenix.
Villanova won.
Yeah, man.
Villanova finally did it. Philadelphia finally has a champion since '08, and
Since
it feels fucking good. While I would have loved to see someone like Temple win it, because I love Temple. But I've been a Villanova fan for not that long, to be honest. I'm not even gonna act like I know all the history and shit. But I've been a fan since Kyle Lowry was there. And I was like, I like this guy. I like I kind of like Kyle Lowry. I'm gonna be a Villanova fan. And it's just been like that for a couple years now. I support them. I like Syracuse, and I like the Michigan Wolverines. I don't know. I have a couple favorite college teams, but Villanova's always been my primary team. Still got the starter jacket from when I was a little kid. Still got the hat from when I was a little kid. Still got the posters on my wall. I lied; those are in the attic, but still, you get what I'm saying. And I'm just proud, man. I'm proud of the Wildcats. I'm proud that we finally got one. It's been a long time since we even were in contention, and I'm not even gonna act like I'm a huge historian of the team. All I know is that it's been a long time, and the fans have been fiending for a championship for fucking decades, man. And we always choke in March. I know that that the city was so tired of Villanova choking all the time. But Jay Wright, man, I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of. By the way, for Dead in Sports, the way you pronounce it is Archie Diacono. In case you all didn't realize that,
There
I
we
don't think
go.
you'll. I guess
Major key.
Major Key Archie Diacono, sir. I'm fucking FIFO's over there on Dead End Sports talking about some Archie Diacono, whatever the fuck he is. Like, that was hilarious. Kyle didn't even try to attempt to. He just said Archie. So that shit was funny. But yeah, man, I'm extremely proud of them. By the way, Bryce Johnson, you are a baller. Marcus Page, you are a baller. And I have the utmost respect for those two players, and I have the utmost respect for Roy Williams. He's a class act coach. North Carolina, I don't hate you most of the time. Sometimes I do, but I respect Bryce Johnson, and I respect your team. You all put up a hell of a fight. And Marcus Page, if we didn't hit that shot, that would go down as one of the greatest tying shots, or maybe even a game-winning shot, because who knows what would have happened. Or a game stealing shot that is. In NBA, not NBA, NCAA history, man. So definitely shout out to all the Tar Heel Nation. Y'all deserve to go to that championship, and y'all be back, man. Y'all have a good team, and more recruits will definitely come after they see that y'all got this close. So much respect, much love, and just let's go fucking Wildcats, man.
Bless up.
Yes, indeed. If you do you have any thoughts on the last couple minutes to Chris Jenkins? And by the way, do you think Chris Jenkins has an NBA future at hand? Do you see some Draymond Green there?
He. Oh, I see what you're getting at. Maybe. I don't know where the hell he's even listed on the big boards. I would have to pull one up right now just to see if he's in the top 100. I would hope so, because he, well, he could have a role. He could definitely have a role. I think that Villanova team was very well put together in terms of what each player can do to their skill set and play well together. But I think he could. Maybe he could be a value sleeper pick in the second round or third round, maybe. I don't know where he is right now. I'd have to look it up, but I think he should be capable if he decided to take his talents that way.
I believe so too, man, and I think he could help a team like the Sixers could help a team like Boston. They need some more bigs who could shoot three. That could fill the Kevin Love role.
Okay.
Just saying, just saying. But
Okay.
don't want to get too much in the draft talk. I just wanted to leave it at congratulations, and I'm hyped that we got a W. Finally got
Well
one.
deserved.
So let's get into some Hall of
Especially
Fame, man.
that last
Hall of
season.
Fame. Let's talk about
Oh man.
this. This is a major story for me because to me
Nostalgia.
the God finally got his crown. Very appreciative of Hall of Fame.
But
Go ahead, man.
before you start, did you see his rant on Oh my God! It was either someone pulled this clip up when he was being interviewed at the Hall of Fame. It was the there was I wish I remember what the clip was from, but they showed it that Allen Iverson was saying to the same reporter for the famous practice
Mhm.
interview. They got the same reporter. He was literally saying to him, "Man, I can't. None of my kids keep coming up to me. I'm sorry, I misquoted if I did. They keep coming to me. All they out of nowhere, I'll be telling them something, and they'll just come up to me. Man, we talking about practice. That's all they remember me for sometimes. You walk up somewhere, and someone will start quoting him, because he was apparently the context that we finally got to learn all these years later was that he was Larry Brown told him he was the franchise player, he wasn't going anywhere, and of course Iverson wouldn't show up to practice sometimes. So that was hilarious. It was the same reporter who asked the question for that famous
What's crazy is
preference.
that at that moment actually Allen Iverson was going through, I believe it was a death in his family.
Yes, he was upset, and then he found out from the Sixers that he was gonna stay.
Yeah, and he was upset because he thought oh man I'm getting traded, but he just realized like his friend had died, and they were like, so what about practice? And he's like, are we talking about fucking practice right now? In his mind,
Not a
in his
game.
mind, it made
Not a
sense
game.
that you all are really bringing up practice. My friend is dead. I give my all this game, and all you have to talk to me about is practice. They need to be practicing, not me. So I mean, that's what to give context on that. But yeah, man, Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal, Yao Ming, and they're in the playoffs, not playoffs, the Hall of Fame. I'm so appreciative of Allen Iverson's career, and I just love everything he represented. He was like he was God to me, man. I don't know what else to say. He was literally God to me. Like that guy, what he represented was the freedom to be yourself, the freedom to not give a shit about what anyone said about you, and he revolutionized the NBA. And we're gonna do a discussion later on in the next podcast over who is the most influential player of all time in the NBA. And you would
Oh
be
God.
interested to see that we would have differing opinions on this. It's just a small hint. I think a 6 foot guard from Georgetown is the most influential of all time. But
He's top five.
definitely think he's the most all time, and I will explain why. Um,
Okay.
but I'm just so happy, man. I really love Allen Iverson's game. I remember having the jerseys when I was a kid. I remember getting my sister had his rookie card. I was so jealous of that. I was so jealous of that. I really hope she still has that. I'm gonna sell it in like 20 years, or frame it,
Yeah, I would frame
And
it.
he just to me, dude, he was everything I wanted to be on the basketball court. But I grew too tall to be him, so I still go to the gym now and work on my crossover. Like I still care about that man, and I will always care about him because he represented the heart to always get up when people push you down, and he never said die. He never said die, because when in 2001, when the Sixers were going up against the Lakers, everyone at that time was saying, "Well, they're getting swept. No one cares. The series is done before it even starts. Shaq is gonna railroad them. Kobe's gonna kill them. It's over." And Allen Iverson, being the knucklehead, stubborn guy that he is, he said, "All right, I got something for y'all, man." And he goes out, he drops 48, and he steps over Tyronn Lue. And That was, even though we lost that finals, I still say that's one of the most important games of finals history, because it showed that a player's will, when they are locked in, when they are truly passionate about what they do, and they are on a mission, then you can achieve anything that you want, and that goes to anything in life. A 6 foot guard is not supposed to be able to go in the paint with Shaquille O'Neal. It's just not supposed to happen. A 6 foot guard isn't supposed to be able to play with a dislocated finger, a sprained ankle, dislocated, thumb, and back pain. Oh my God, bad knees. You're not supposed to do that and drop 48. You're not supposed to do that and will us to a finals. You're not supposed to do that. And he did that, and I appreciate him. I will always appreciate him. So much, much, many blessings. So much love down on Iverson. I will always love his game. I always love what he represented for the game of basketball and what he represented to the city of Philadelphia. And he just means so much to everybody here that he's our son. He's our uncle. He's our brother. And in a lot of cases, he's our shining achievement, even so much more than a World Series or a Super Bowl or even an NBA Finals could be. It's just the fact that we got to enjoy his presence in the city for, I believe, a decade plus. And I'm so appreciative of that. And the same thing goes with Shaq and Yao Ming to a much lesser degree for Yao. I love Shaq. I always will love Shaq. Shaq, being a big man, I always like to just go in the gym and just dunk off one foot.
Break glass.
Yeah, I just love to break the glass. It's my favorite thing. Um, but yeah, man, I just love Shaq too. Yeah, I wasn't really a huge fan. I can't even lie to you all. Was never really impressed with him, but shout out to all three of them, especially AI and Shaq. Shaq, I'll always remember the '06 series where you said that you were going to bring a finals to Miami, and you fucking did it, even though Dwayne Wade did that shit himself. I don't care what no one says. But yeah, shout out to all three of them. You all deserve it. You all were great players in the NBA, and I always respect your legacies, especially AI, especially Shaq. Shout out, shout out, shout out.
The other point I want to bring my 2 cents on this is AI. What FIFA mentioned in his past Dead End Sports thing is he crossed over hip hop into the NBA and made it like culturally acceptable and accessible into the NBA. And the perfect example of that to me was I remember playing NBA Live 2003, and there was a soundtrack for that, and it was a complete NBA oriented hip hop style like kind of mix. Like the songs were all focused on like NBA themed, but it was just like it's probably like if you go back and listen to it, not all of it, it's not like the best lyrical stuff, but it was just like fun that it made you like feel amped up to play the game. And AI like really brought that to NBA. The tattoos, being able to, like you said, be yourself. That was him having all those tattoos on his body, and that influenced a lot of the people to say, yeah, if I want tattoos, I don't have to worry about having a clear body, um, as well as being. He was a player that never ever accepted being that aging veteran. Even when he played in Denver, he was still the guy to the very end of his career when he felt that he couldn't do that anymore, that was it. He didn't want to be anything less than that's why he literally has so much respect from players. He always was that guy. He never wanted to be anything less than that standard. When it comes to Shaq, as much as I love Shaq, my only gripe I ever have with Shaq is I wish he kept better in shape of his body. That's the only thing, because then maybe he could have lasted longer. Um, but otherwise, he changed the game. He impacted the game, how it's played. For someone who had such a touch to the rim, who could move his feet well, and literally had such an interior presence to score the basket, he was one of the most dominant forces ever to play the game. Period. Um, And for Yao, a lot of people may not think Yao is worthy, but his stretch, albeit without his injuries, I think it was like a 7 to 9 year stretch. his numbers were ridiculous. Like what he did for Houston and Chinese players were huge. Like I don't outside of Hakeem Olajuwon, Yao I think might have been the next center for that team. I may be wrong. That recognizable player, like he's beloved. Like Shaq will tell you, I mean, if you look at the film highlights when Shaq went up against Yao, Shaq had problems against Yao. He wasn't some just big 7'6" guy who was just making it easy like that. He had
He was
skill.
no slouch
He had Hall of Fame
on
numbers.
defense now, man. People think he was just like, this like, people think he was like a novelty in the NBA. Oh, he's the tall Asian guy. No, the dude could play, bro.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his injuries, he might have been able to give you more numbers to make it think like, oh,
If he could just,
definitely.
if he
No,
could have
but
just
that
gave me 3 more seasons, I would say no doubt.
right.
But he only gave me a couple. I was like,
Yeah, he had a 7 to 9 year stretch that were really numbers that you could that make his case, but he deserves that respect because his biggest impact, of course, was for Asian players being able to have as much of an impact in the culture of the NBA as they are now. That's his biggest impact to the game. What he did for those Chinese players, um, and all of those players, they deserve it. Their first round. Tom Izzo as well, Cheryl Swoops. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some people. I think the Jerry Reinsdorf as well, Bulls owner. It's not all players, but the players that did make it absolutely do deserve it. Salute to them for what they gave to the game.
yeah, man. Yeah, man, we covered a lot, man. We really just went in a little bit too hard, and you know, just special announcements. Plus, this is my last word. Once again, I want to thank everyone for listening to Off the Bench. We're a couple episodes in now. We're starting to get the ground under our feet, starting to settle in, and we will continue to always make adjustments, continue to always make the necessary improvements, and we always want to hear from you all. So once again, follow us on Twitter at Off the Bench, which is OFFTHABNCH, Off the Bench on Twitter. You'll follow me on Twitter at Q Got No Rings, which is QGOTNORINGS, and we definitely ain't getting no rings in Philly with Jerry Colangelo, so that's going to be even more true. And you can follow Ryan. Ryan, give him that handle one more time.
I want that is at RLS003. Make sure to follow Off the Bench at OFFTHABENCH. And please do not forget. Make sure if you're listening to Audio Boom, iTunes, or YouTube, make sure to subscribe to Dead End Sports. Make sure every Tuesday 9 p.m. Make sure that you follow them on Twitter, all the socials, Instagram, and whatnot. Make sure to follow the individual people. 12 Kyle, KBINGE, KBINGE. FIFO 24/7, BZ430, and of course I am Modest Media. Shout out to Rod for always helping out with those videos. Also the Dead End Podcast channel. I tweeted that out on the Off the Bench account. It's a lot of Twitters I'm throwing at you, but I'm sure you can go back and hit the rewind. If you want to leave a rating for the Audio Boom podcast as well, leave a rating, leave a comment on the YouTube, and iTunes as well. You want to leave a rating, make sure. And feel free to leave comments. Contact us. Twitter, those comments, please. We're waiting for any of these opinions. We'll happily go back and forth with you.
And if you think that we don't give any coverage to your team, so submit a topic, and I promise you that
Sure.
we will definitely give it. We'll probably talk about it most of the time because if any type of love from you all, we definitely will appreciate. Because since we're starting out, we'll take all the suggestions that we can. Me and Ryan can't do this alone. This is something that we always wanted to do, and now that we have it, we want to make it open for everyone to put their input in and give you all the best, most well-rounded show that we can possible. So once again, thank you all for listening to our completely biased, completely just egregious opinions on our sports teams, and yeah.
Unabashedly
Just like so unashamed, unapologetically Celtic, unapologetically Sixer. It is what it is, man. Like I'm just so Philly. He's just so Boston. It is whatever it is. And just major shout out to all you who listen. So I know I'm rambling on, but appreciate all the kindness and the feedback and even the harshness because I don't need you all to kiss my ass. If you have something that is rude, hey, be rude, fam. Please. I'd rather you be truthfully rude than be fake and lying to me. You know, and nice and like
It's
and
better
like
than nothing.
and nice and lying to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, appreciate it. So you've been listening to Off the Bench, and congratulations, you just been played off the bench.
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all.